Okay, welcome everyone to the June 25th, 2024 MicroProfile Steering Committee call. So this replaces the normally scheduled live hangout. A link to the meeting minutes. I don't know if it's in the chat. So, oh, I saw someone chatting away. Oh, that's team chat, call chat. There we go. There is a link to the meeting minutes in the chat. And I will be taking meeting minutes today, so this is not a shared responsibility during the steering committee calls. Obviously, it's being recorded and will be posted to the YouTube channel eventually, probably the next day or two. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Today's agenda, let's see. Sorry, I want to do one more thing that I normally do ahead of time that I forgot. I have to turn on waiting room. There we go. And Emily, I'm going to make you co-host. Participants.
Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, if you see people join the call a little bit late, just go ahead and let them
Yeah.
know. Thank you. Okay, business and / steering committee. This is where I just put down official votes and stuff, and really the only thing we've had is the steering committee meeting minute ballot. So nothing really exciting there. Going to cover MicroProfile 7, the status of the tutorial. Emily, I thought it'd be nice to go, just talk about where we're at regarding, the new spec, potential spec, I should say, around MicroProfile AI. It is definitely a sandbox kind of thing going on right now. And we're going to talk a little bit about some marketing goals and what's going on around the first time badge and champion programs, or probably more accurately what's not going on, which is why I added it. And then maybe I'll move this a little bit earlier around just OCX planning, right? So we talked about that in the MicroProfile marketing call just a little bit yesterday. So I think is there anything major that we need to have added to the agenda for today? Okay. So let's do, and see, I moved that and I moved it right in the way. There we go. To the MicroProfile 7 status update, Emily.
Yeah. So it's I literally just announced the release candidate for REST client and for tolerance. I know OpenAPI release candidate is also being released, and they even have staged the the final release. But email will come out soon. The only outstanding spec I haven't been released, RC hasn't been created, is the REST client, because it's last minute. Basically, it's the other TCKs running against Open Liberty, but there's a couple of failures, so the team is trying to fix it today. So hopefully the release candidate will be out tomorrow. With that would be all the updated spec will have a release candidate. So basically the ballot will start is 16th July. That's still on schedule. And then once the telemetry kind of the basically is a release candidate is out tomorrow. Basically it's in the same time this week, the umbrella form and all the spec need to be updated. For this one, I think John, Emerson, and myself, so we will work together. So what I'm thinking, I don't know. The one suggestion is I can go ahead to do a PR, and then Emerson and John, you review it. So in this way, Emerson, you got some feel about what the release is like. So next release, you can basically take the driving seat and then drive forward. Or alternatively, if you are confident, you are okay to do the PR. that would be fun too. So Emerson, what's your take on this?
I can try to do the PR this time.
Okay, so you can go ahead to do the PR. Yeah. So you can
Oh
work
yeah,
on the right now.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, you can go ahead to do the PR right now because the updated spec have a release candidate on the telemetry. Just thinking for the basically telemetry, we don't have any API, so we don't have any dependencies on the telemetry API. So we can talk from there. Go ahead to do the release. Go ahead to do the PR, and Joe and I will will review it. Yeah. So you can base on the basically the plan, etc. So that'll be nice. Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty formulaic. There's not really any complicated things. You just kind of look what was there last time. Either
Yeah.
copy and paste in some places or minor
Yeah.
updates, version numbers in others. So it's really not a whole lot of work. Just look at the last release and you kind of rinse and repeat for this release.
The only difference is the need to stop packaging Jakarta E core profile APIs.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only thing. And also remove the MicroProfile metrics from the POM.
Correct.
Yeah, and then is kind of the other thing is the umbrella one do not use the parent POM. So also you need to go through all the kind of the plugins, make sure you update to the latest one, and then to watch for the CVEs as well. Yeah, and then you can look at the parent POM, so all the kind of the dependencies. So I have basically checked all the dependencies and also update to the latest one if possible. And yeah, can go from there.
Can I just quickly ask, you said that there is no API for MicroProfile telemetry. So
No.
there will be nothing included for OpenTelemetry, so we will not align on one version?
We included basically we pulled in OpenTelemetry a particular version of the API. Yeah, in that one. However, in the past, we have not basically pulled OpenTelemetry in the umbrella API. Says this is kind of this is what I'm thinking. Again, we'll discuss in the MicroProfile telemetry for spec group. Maybe in the parent POM, we include the version we endorsed. Basically, is the OpenTelemetry API we endorsed in the parent POM. In this way, like basically developers don't need to include that dependency in particular.
Yeah, I think we should create an empty OpenTelemetry API or MP telemetry API that has that dependency, so users can reference that or get that automatically with the MicroProfile. I think we discussed that in a very early stage and then decided to do that later. But I think that would be the way to go.
Yeah, so I think we will discuss again, but there was a concerns, so we didn't basically reach to conclusion. We can discuss again next week. But in the past, in the MicroProfile telemetry, we never exposed the APIs. But anyway, this is the kind of don't want to run into the deep discussion, technical discussion here. So that's the current status for the release. Yeah, that's all for me.
Is there any note we want to take on the OpenTelemetry conversation? Anything in the meeting minutes?
Um,
Maybe if you can just basically guarantee that we will align on one version, one way or the other. Because
yes,
I think that OpenTelemetry is changing a lot, so we
yeah.
should be at least on one version of the SDK.
Yeah, so as a minimum in the umbrella kind of spec, we say which OpenTelemetry which version of OpenTelemetry API we endorse. So yeah, and then we will revisit. Basically, we will discuss in the MicroProfile telemetry spec team to see whether basically this is a kind of whether the umbrella POM, the basically BOM, include the same version as the OpenTelemetry API or not.
Okay, any
Yeah.
other comments on MicroProfile 7? Okay, I'm gonna move on to the MicroProfile tutorial. We discussed this a little bit in the marketing call yesterday. It seems like Tarun, we haven't seen any updates nor communication for I don't know, maybe 6 weeks. And so we've been trying to reach out. I know Clark, I reached out 2 weeks ago. Clark reached out. I tried to get an update for this call. Just trying to find out what the status is. Number one is I hope everything's okay. But we haven't heard from him in a while. And I did look at his profile on GitHub, and I haven't seen any other activity either. So,
Yeah,
Paul,
I think and Clark, I spoke to Clark about it last week,
Mhm.
and I'm not sure when you connected with Clark, but Clark was going to reach out to him last week. I believe he did as well.
Okay, yeah, it is right here in the meeting.
Sorry,
Sorry, in the yeah,
can
go
I
ahead, Emily.
interrupt you before you go further? I did send him a private message last week. I got a reply from him. He got some personal issues, and now it's kind of back. He planned to finish the MicroProfile tutorial within the next couple weeks, and he said he will keep us updated. So I can reply to him to say ask him to basically I don't know what kind of update do you want him to do? Maybe
Well, he's not. I don't think he's supplied all the chapters yet. He's got a couple of chapters that are listed. I can't remember off the top of my head, like metrics and stuff that are like it's the top. It still says draft, do not review yet, right?
we'll
mhm.
probably ask him to come to some course the next so or basically continue to work on the PR.
Yeah, attending the next marketing call would be, I think, a good idea if you could.
Okay, so the next that will be in 2 weeks' time.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. I will
Thanks, Emily.
reply. No problem.
Okay. So I'm going to take a note here.
Sorry, I got a reply. I don't know in what kind of format I should report. It's
No
5 days
problem.
ago. Yeah, 5 days ago I got his
Okay.
reply.
Let's say shortly. I'll just say a few weeks.
Yeah. So maybe
Okay.
he didn't kind of all the GitHub or notification, maybe he snoozed them off.
Yep. I'm glad he seems, everything seems to be okay now, so that's good. Okay, I'll go ahead and move on. The MicroProfile AI status. I thought this would be good. Again, it's a relatively new effort as we kind of do some R&D around AI, and especially for, as for some of the other steering committee members who don't, attend it, I thought it'd be good to give an update on an effort that's bringing new people into MicroProfile. So, Emily?
Yeah. So the MicroProfile AI discussion is is ongoing, and basically I attracted a different audience. So it's the first draft is basically the happening. Like I think Yan YANN is did a PR, and then it's did a demo regarding how to use the CDI and also MicroProfile config directly connect with LLM. So he had a couple kind of the samples.
That wasn't me.
Oh, sorry, no, it wasn't. Yeah.
YANN.
Oh,
I don't know how to say that. Is it Yan? Also Yan?
I think so,
well,
yes.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Except for the Dutch instead of yeah,
Millions.
German.
Thank you. Yeah. So basically, he connected to the OpenAI and also Azure AI is kind of is quite simple. Now the plan is Antonio from Microsoft.
Sorry, I apologize. I'd like to take a note on that. Can you repeat that, please?
Oh yeah. So it's basically it's he did a demonstration with connecting to OpenAI, LLM, and Azure AI as well.
Okay.
It's
Thank you.
pretty simple. And now the next action is Antonio from Microsoft is going to discuss with Launching4j and invite Launching4j folks to collaborate with us. We want to put the CDI kind of integration like in the Launching4j framework. So basically go there. And in the MicroProfile AI, pretty much we only need to do a SPI to do the bootstrap. So as simple as that. So hopefully with this, both the MicroProfile and Jakarta EE, basically it's covered. So just whatever you create a Jakarta EE or MicroProfile like applications, and you can just add the the dependency, and you can create a chat client. And the next this is the one action. The other action is we want to demonstrate how to connect with how to enable the RAG. So basically embedding APIs. So it's also I can't remember who I gave the task to. Let me see. MicroProfile AI.
You know which meeting
I think
the demo was in?
yeah, the demo, the GitHub repo. Let me give you a link.
No, well, but also the meeting where it was recorded. Did he
Oh,
actually?
the meeting, yeah, meeting was recorded.
Do you know which
in the
meeting it was?
cloud. MicroProfile AI.
Do you know which meeting it was? Because I'd like to link to the video within the meeting minutes.
Which meeting? I said the MicroProfile AI. Is that what are you talking
Which
about?
date? Which
Oh.
date?
Which date? That is this week's is the 24th June.
Okay, all right. Thank you. That's all I know. I'll add a link
Sorry.
to the recording when it's posted if it hasn't been already.
Yeah, yeah.
Look.
There's no next. Yeah, we'll. I think it's the kind of the. I think Emmanuel. I think Emmanuel is going to do some experiment with embedding API with RAG.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the current status. It turned out maybe it's quite straightforward, and then it's kind of we are pretty much yeah, it's covered. Is will be really simple. Yeah.
All right, that's an awesome update. Again, exciting stuff going on in the world of MicroProfile and AI. I think I'm gonna talk about the program plan, and we're probably not going to use the entire hour, of course. Often when I say that, we do anyway. This might be a better question for Clark, Paul, but we're starting to look at planning for OCX. And is there let's see, I guess, how do we get engaged? What do we need to prepare and plan for around? You can see examples here: booth, logo placement on any banners or whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
so
And
Clark's a good one to follow up. One thing to think about is the email that came from Sharon Corbett with regards to room availability for working groups. So that email likely went to the steering committee alias. I can take a look for it too. So if you want to request a room
okay.
for your purposes at the conference, you can. And I think all of the call for proposals have expired now.
Yeah, we did the evaluation and created a waiting list, and also Reza offered to set up a panel with Jakarta and MicroProfile. I think the plan is having a booth session at the evening with a room. There we can hold that panel if we don't put it into the official schedule. And yeah, there would be room for other topics related to Jakarta and MicroProfile.
Okay. I'm not sure who from the MicroProfile working group plans on attending. Reza, you have your hand up. Go ahead.
Paul, I think the meta objective here is to ensure that we are plugged into the appropriate thing at OCX and asking for a liaison or point of contact with OCX that we should sort of establish a ongoing dialogue with. I think that's ultimately what the meta question really is, Paul. So, do you suggest I or somebody else reach out to Clark and say, hey, make sure we're in the loop, and whatever it is that we can do bidirectionally, we should be able to do that, or how should we proceed?
Yeah, when you want to contact the program committee, Emily and me are part of that. So we can directly put some topics into the discussion of the program committee. If you want to do it the official way, that's possible too. But
Yeah,
maybe
the
that takes
official way.
longer.
Unofficially, sure. Yeah, I mean, I trust that there's going to be MicroProfile submissions, and you guys are going to handle it appropriately. I was talking more along the lines of, what are we? Because we paid in some money, of course, and it was never clear like what. I'm figuring out the best way to say this, but like, what is the engagement model based on that payment of money? That's what I want to make sure we're clear on.
Yeah, I think what we need from the marketing side and what was missing, for example, on JavaLand, was a banner for a MicroProfile. Yeah, and if we want to have a booth, of course, then we need people to run that booth. I think iJug will have a booth again, so we can try to do a joint effort from the community side, if that is acceptable. And I think what would be nice, of course, is having some swag, because I'm running out of swag from the iJug side for MicroProfile.
Right. Yeah, that's just the kind of stuff we need to plan for. So, Paul, I guess I'm looking for an answer from you. Who should we follow up with Clark on all these matters, or?
Yepper.
Okay.
Yep.
So I think the action item here, John, is for one of us to follow up with Clark and make sure that we're engaged, basically. if we're opportunity for a booth, let's do that, etc., etc., etc. But I think for now,
Yeah.
the concrete thing is this room booking via Sharon.
Yeah, I don't plan on attending. So is there someone that is attending that
I'll
would
be
probably
there.
be a better?
No, oh, well, I can't guarantee anything, but like probably 90% probability I'll be there. I think Emily won't because she's going to be in the competing IBM expert exchange, so she's not going to be there. I certainly will be there. Certainly probably some of the Cloud Foundation folks will be there. I don't know who else plans to be there from the working group.
Yeah, I plan to be there.
So can we have one of you maybe just take the lead on conversing with Clark then? And that might mean attending some of the marketing meetings as well, right?
So that will be me, right? Because Jan doesn't
Okay.
usually do that, right? And it's okay. Doesn't have to. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'll begin talking with Clark and make sure we're all set up
Thanks,
and
Reza.
teed up to go.
Okay. Sorry, this is a little bit backwards. There we go.
So John, we do need to close the loop on the room though, because I don't know if it's already expired. I don't know if we can even do this anymore. But yeah, there's an opportunity of basically booking a room either to have a working group meeting or a working group plus community meeting or what have you. But you're right about the we first need to determine who's even going to be there. If there's only me, I don't know if I can have a meeting with myself. It would be, I think, a little disturbing. I should probably seek medical attention if I was to do that. But if anybody else, I think we first need to determine what's the prognosis for who else is going to be there before we determine whether we should book a room or not.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure. I could contact Roberto and see if he plans on attending. And at least from a working group perspective, right? That's the primary and alternate. So in FYI, okay. So I think that's it for that topic.
Okay, but yeah, the follow-up item, John, there is like doing a poll of who's gonna be there, and that'll help us determine. I guess the next decision is whether we want that room or not, and then in the meanwhile, I will follow up with Clark and make sure booth, logo placement, etc., all those wonderful things.
Yeah, booth
Okay.
should be independently planned. I think I highly recommend there should be a booth, MicroProfile booth. And hopefully Reza and Yan, you can help out. So
Yeah, let's find out what the possibilities are. Sure.
yeah.
Okay. All right. That was Amelia just saying, yeah, that they're not going to be able to make it. Okay. So I missed that. I missed that last comment, but so Reza, you're going to kind of take the lead, working with Clark on planning, and who is going to take the lead on figuring out working group member attendance?
I don't know, John. Maybe you're the most
Okay,
appropriate person.
I'll send something to the working group email alias.
Okay.
Okay, so
I think the schedule will be released soon, or most of it, basically, maybe not all. And as I remember, during the call for paper process, I saw a few people with familiar names. So there will be attendance, I think.
okay. Okay, I think that is everything. Sorry, getting more updates, I think. Oops. Looks like actually Amelia is trying to enter. Okay, there we go. So hey Amelia, sorry about that. She was trying to enter the call and I didn't see the waiting room.
Hello,
So-
everyone, and apologies for arriving late. Thank you, John, for letting me in.
Yeah, no problem.
Or I didn't see the waiting room either. That's very strange.
Yeah, it
No,
was
I-
removed. It was removed.
Yeah, normally it's a Kim pump, normally it's a pop up. So this is the time is just nothing pop up.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
have a new, it seems like the update to the Zoom app, like a lot of little things changed on me, so
That's
maybe
very
that was one of
bad.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad change.
Okay, so I'm gonna move to a couple of the other marketing things here. So it's good timing, Amelia. Spring is considering a survey on gap coverage between, I don't know if I meant to say spring here. That might have been me trying to take notes while listening. Or was it spring? Do we know if this is still happening? Is the spring org working on a survey?
Who brought that
Oh.
up?
No, we are.
They're
It's not
bringing
Spring.
back
That's
the
us.
Spring Ecosystem Survey. Okay, so as far as I'm aware, John, all that's happening is that they're bringing back the Spring Ecosystem Survey, which they had suspended for a few years for some, I don't know what reason. I think that's all it is. I don't know that there's anything to
Okay.
the file.
Oh, it's something different. It's using the surveys to figure out the gaps between the two ecosystems.
Is this along the discussions of we've been wanting to do more surveys to survey the MicroProfile community to kind of see things that we could be doing to improve MicroProfile? Is this kind of along that vein? And one of those surveys is to determine the gap?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And did you take the lead on that?
I have trying for a while, but I'm still waiting for my granting credentials to use the tool.
Oh, well, you could always start things as a Google Doc, right? And we can collaborate on the questions and the intro text and all that kind of stuff. The tool is just a tool, but
Yeah.
I think the planning around what it is we want to find out is probably worth the discussion now.
Question
Yeah,
about.
that's a
Sorry,
good point.
Emily, go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry. I said that's a good point. I think we need to figure out what kind of questions we want survey on.
Yeah, okay. So may I interject here? When I hear service, I want to know, and we have a Q&A and documentation on why a survey will exist, should we undertake it? What is the goal? What are we going to do with the answers? What is the value to the project? What do we tell to those people that participated in it? I said, if it's going to be a passive survey where nothing is going to be done after we get the information, there will be no improvements and things like that, I think it's going to be noisy because we lose respect. One of the problems that I see in our industry is that surveys are done and in a schedule, nothing gets changed, and it's just like for the sake of it. They are expensive. I'm not sure what I would planning on investing in this, but where is the document that explains these things? I am happy if we can even add into these minutes what we have written on survey and how they exist or are expected to exist in MicroProfile. We have discussed this for many years, and we have not done a proper, like MicroProfile survey. We did that when we started MicroProfile back in 2016, and it was a strategic, and it was ruthless with all the information we got, because information, John, remember this, when we got the information, we adjusted and we modified, and it made the community stronger. So I am afraid if we do this, it needs to be done under the formal working group saying these are the parameters and this is what we're going to do, so that when we are pushing people to say, give us your opinion, they know that we will be responsible and stand up to whatever the responses are to improve the project itself, right?
All right, so So, I mean, I agree with almost everything you said. The only thing is that the outcome might be that there isn't anything, a gap that the MicroProfile community wants to address, right? It might be we like what you've got. It isn't. It may not be like it may not be a gap. It might be something completely new, right? So, I do agree that which is why I think I brought it up at in discussion with Emerson, is that we need to have a conversation regardless of his tooling credentials to what it is that we want to find out, right? Let's discuss it. Discuss it. Go ahead. Maybe announce it in the Google group. Point to a doc that's a discussion doc, Emerson, and we can kind of have the conversation there.
I am right now looking for the wiki that we have on service, and once I find it, I will share it. It has been a while.
The new wiki or the old wiki?
Okay, let's see if this is why I'm looking for it. So I don't want to derail the conversation. Let me find the document, and I will, I will share it here or with someone.
Yeah, sorry, a little bit of an aside here, and I see Reza has hands up, so in just a second, Reza. Emily found a couple of broken links in the wiki, which I hopefully addressed. Again, I tried to automate it, so there are going to be some broken things. So as you run into them, just ping me, and I'll fix the links in the wiki. So, Reza.
Hey, Emerson. So first of all, I don't know what you have specifically in mind, but I just want to remind you that there is that Cloud Native Java technical survey, right? So maybe what you're trying to accomplish can be accomplished by tweaking that. So my question really is, did you take a look at that? And what did you think about that survey? Did you look at the draft? Did you get a chance to take a look at the draft for that?
Yeah, I checked.
Okay, and it doesn't fit what you're looking for?
Yeah, I was thinking in approach that in a different way, just more for the development point of view, just base it on the past experience in the dev nexus and the conversations, just using the survey tool to introduce small questions in order to motivate the people to participate and see what is the perception about the current MicroProfile ecosystem and implementations and what they miss. Yeah,
okay,
so
fair enough. I mean, if you looked at that, then it's fine. I guess let's
sure.
good to see what you come up with first.
Let me interject here. I have shared 2 links in the chat. One is the MicroProfile SurveyMonkey. We use SurveyMonkey. That was in December 2021, when Edwin became the committed rep. We set up we follow the protocol of the Eclipse Foundation, and we set up the data protection impact assessment for MicroProfile to take on servicing or getting this information using Monkey Survey. And in this information, it provides how to do it in the level that is compliant with the Eclipse Foundation. We list the admin. There is only one admin at all times that can have access to SurveyMonkey, and in addition to the infra of the Eclipse Foundation. Also, in these documents, maybe John, you can share the data. Thank you. Data protection impact assessment. The first sentence says the MicroProfile working group project uses why, when, and how to conduct service. If you click that link, then it brings you to the bare minimum parameters of what is expected of the committed rep on how to commit on or take on service. Currently, Emerson is trying to get the access because we have Edwin still as the point of contact. And Emerson, I don't know if you have heard anything from the infra at the Eclipse Foundation, right?
I haven't.
No, you have?
No, I haven't. I still.
Okay. Paul, you're here. I will pull you in this. Is there any way, is there anyone that we can contact, and instead of using the Git issue? This ticket has been open since January or something like this. It has been a while.
Well, let's see, issue. This looks like the wiki. Which issue are you talking about?
Emerson?
To get access to SurveyMonkey,
Yeah.
which currently has Edwin as our contact.
Mm-hmm.
We need to switch that over to Emerson.
Yeah, I'm just asking, like, apparently there was an
Yeah.
issue open. Can you
Yeah,
put
looking-
the issue in the minutes or in the chat?
Oh yeah, Paul. Emerson, can you please find that?
Yes.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. And Paul, thank you so much for your help. We haven't done the switch, and we just need to know the process. Once you advise us, we will, make sure that we iterate in the future without delay. Emerson,
Is the ACE. I'm gonna put in the chat.
okay. And Emerson, can you please add the 2 links I shared today? These are the links that you can you have reviewed already. It was so long ago, but let's do it again. So that the ticket has the documentation just for tracing is my recommendation. And thank you, John. I will now go into quiet mode and ask questions if you have any. It has been a while.
Okay, I did link to it there in the meeting minutes. So, Paul, feel free to take a look at that.
Yeah, I'm in the issue now.
So, maybe we're missing a step, or we just need to nudge the issue.
So I don't know who in Eclipse IT is paying attention to this GitHub issue, to be honest. I recommend actually opening up a GitLab issue where like for the Eclipse IT folks. That's where they typically, when I need them, that's what I do. I don't do this because I don't know if anyone is even gonna even paying any attention to this.
That is
No, I agree with that.
That is why we are asking Paul, tell us how we communicate on this kind of infra. I call this infra issue. You can see the creation of the issue infra, but really we haven't done this before.
Yeah, I think you're onto something, Reza. Yeah, I'll drop
Oh, hold on a
comment.
second. I'm posting the GitLab.
Okay, you are?
For EF, sure.
Okay.
Actually, give me a little bit of time. It's going to take me
Okay.
to dig it up. Please continue, but I'll post it.
All right, yeah, just go ahead and post it there. And then I guess Emerson, you probably just have to create an issue on that GitLab to have it transferred over. So I will I have an empty bullet here. I will fill it in once Reza has a link.
Yeah, and definitely we should review these minutes before they go live, just to make sure that all the information on the links of the SurveyMonkey, at least the documentation, I would like to see it added on here. And I think that would be my recommendation. It has been a while, 2021. So
Okay. Let's see here. All right. I am going to switch the topic with 10 minutes to go over to, I'm debating what I want to cover because this took longer than I thought.
did we cover tutorial? Sorry about this. Did we cover tutorial?
Yes, we did.
Okay, good. Move on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's in the meeting minutes, so just check the meeting minutes. We could either talk about the first time badge and champion programs or talk about the MicroProfile spec pages. Because I think we'll only have time for one of the two. And my
The
guess
spec.
is the spec pages. That was going to be my
Yes.
guess. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. So there's a GitHub issue where, we're creating a spec page, a MicroProfile spec page for each individual spec. And this might not be the right link. Here we go. I think this is it here. Yeah, so Ryan created an issue for each spec page, right? So we're going to create a spec page for each individual spec. And then if I go back, you'll see here, we've got a template for the content that will be used to fill out each spec page, right? So this is the instructions for completing the spec page, right?
Yes.
And if you remember from prior calls, sorry, I'm not gonna find the right ticket again. I think this is it, right? This is the let's see, RBAC. The MicroProfile config was kind of the canonical example that we were using. So Amelia, did you want to maybe just talk about this one a little bit? And Reza,
Yes.
I did see the link in the chat, so I'm gonna
Mhm.
update the meeting minutes.
Yes, John, can you show the original tickets from last year? So we will do really quickly a history. I know, so many tickets. Yeah, this is
the
the
right
result.
one?
Yes, let's
Okay.
go to the bottom. This is a ticket. There were so many iterations and time spent on this. And at the end, thanks to Ryan and Emily and David, we found something that works. If you show the one of the vision, this one is the one. What you're seeing at the moment is the template that will go live in each page. So this is it. Finalized and completed in February. We have something that will work and is iterable with all the specs. I call them APIs, but John nicely components. I was calling them components, and John nicely corrected me and said, let's call them specs. So we will call the new page specs. The project page that you see in MicroProfile IO under projects is going to be hidden under resources page. This. And then where you see projects, that is going to be hidden for the time being until we're able to automate with GitHub that page. That's going to be a later time, not for right now. And this will house the specification page. Now, can you make it smaller? So we created, with Emily's help, she helped populate all this information. Emily, you rocked it. And you can see that is how it goes. We talk about the spec, we talked about the functional, we add a little bit of Maven. Can we go down, John? We have the ballots, we have the release review, all this information, including blogs. The content is going to be fed into each page, including if there is a call happening within minutes, if anyone is blogging and the blogs are added or contributed to IO blogging, we will do the same feature that we do for the what is a compatible page, where any blog that is contributed that talks about any compatible implementation just gets added under MP5, MP6, all of it that is relevant for the spec will be added into this page. So now the community has one ticket for each spec to add anything that you would like to see in an spec. We wished for this new page to be, this is what we have. This information on what is expected. Here you can go, this is open to the world. You can suggest edits and say, this is also important. Or you can use the Git ticket that Ryan created, that is the original that John is showing you, to tell us what is necessary, what is missing. We can always improve, but we are not going to wait for that feedback to arrive. This is coming so late. It has been delayed for too long. We will move forward with or without your feedback because it needs to be done, right? And that's it.
Yeah. So as we attend our spec meetings over the next couple of weeks, we should bring this up as a topic in each spec meeting. Just saying, hey, we need to fill
5
this
minutes.
out. And
Mhm.
yeah, it's not a lot of work, to be honest. This stuff should be doable at probably within an hour to fill out the content. So-
And Emily, would you like to go in? Because I know you are leading the specs population, and it would be amazing to hear from you on this.
Yeah, I think for this one, I would like to set the goal for this. So all of the specs included in the MicroProfile 7 should have this spec page up. So let's basically drive this in MicroProfile 7. When this release is out, all of the basically the specs, the version included in that should have the dedicated page. Also, I slacked Ryan this week as well. No, last week. Said I'm going to meet up with him. I think we would start basically create maybe it's a MicroProfile config spec page, maybe also including the React messaging one. So it's basically we would have to go from there. So it's we basically drive this for this MicroProfile 7 release. So in the next few checklists for MicroProfile 7, we also need to target the spec team, also create basically provide all the links there. So it's in the future when we do the release, and we need to make sure the dedicated page is there. And I just thinking aloud here. And basically it's yeah, things to do. And then in the next release etc., we will also add a checklist as well for this. Yeah.
Emily, you're amazing on this. I have one request for you. When you meet Ryan next week, because I know you two are meeting, is it possible for you to provide like the finalized, you know, like say, let's close up the guidelines he created based on the template, and you can say this is good to go, so that Ryan can add the wiki, can add it as a wiki in the working group repo. That is what we need to be using when we are reaching out to the most active contributors and committers of each aspect. We shouldn't be using the, you know, I know it's minutia, but the process is this is completed, this is formal, and they say this is what you need to use, because we need to send the information to the community, use the wiki, have it formalized, and I wonder if that is something that you consider valuable before we bring the community to help us. Do you think that can it be valuable to have the wiki created, have you and Ryan formalize it? You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I think it's looking really good.
You mean the instruction?
The instruction is for Ryan to convert it into a wiki with you saying, this looks amazing if you don't have further feedback. At the moment, I am the only person that has provided feedback in the document.
I don't really understand what do you mean about wiki. So
sorry about that. This document needs to be converted into a wiki under the working group repo. And this is the kind of wiki with Ryan can convert it. Yeah, so Ryan needs to convert it, but he had got all this feedback.
Oh, I see. You want me to review this basically.
Correct. Ryan and I, yes, sorry. Ryan and I work for Tommy Tribe and contribute for Tommy Tribe. We need someone to unblock us. I can't go and just process, and Ryan cannot do that either. So we need someone else formally active to go here and say, this is good, this is not, doesn't really matter. I am not attached to anything. This just needs to be converted into a wiki, and Ryan can't do that because he's a committer. He just needs to convert it. And I'm asking.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna step in here. Yeah, so Emily and I will review this page. Once we're done reviewing it, we can go ahead and create a wiki page out of it, which I think is a really good idea. And we're at the top of the hour.
Yes, let Ryan do it. Let Ryan do it because he created it.
I understood. Okay, thank you.
Okay. And I think with that, I will send out, actually, I'm going to ask proactively to review the meeting minutes and before I send out a ballot. approve the meeting minutes. So please review the meeting minutes by the end of today if you can, and I'll send out a ballot probably over the next day or two to approve the minutes. So thanks everyone, and the next call is Tuesday, the technical call. So hopefully we'll see some of you there, and then in 2 weeks we're back to the live hangout schedule. So thanks everyone for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
John. Thank you, everyone.
And bye for now.